Hey, if you'd like learning about text in Camtasia Studio, maybe you want to add some basic text, maybe you want to animate some text, or maybe to use transitions together with the text, well, have no worry, because I promise you this is the only tutorial that you have to watch regarding text in Camtasia Studio, because I will explain to you everything as easiest as possible, and I'm sure by the end of this tutorial you will master the text in Camtasia Studio. Before we start this tutorial, I would like to explain to you the basics in Camtasia Studio. If you want to zoom in on the timeline or zoom out, you have to hold the control on your keyboard and use your mouse wheel, okay? Or if you want to zoom in or out here on the video, first click on the video, then use your mouse wheel, just your mouse wheel to zoom in or out. If you hold the space bar, you can navigate on your photo, okay? And in this way you can adjust the tiniest details which you want to add on your video, okay? So these are the absolute basics. So in Camtasia Studio, with space navigate, only use your mouse wheel on the video to zoom in or out, click on the timeline, use your mouse wheel to zoom in and out. If you want to split something on the timeline, select what you want to split, then press S, and in this way you just split it. With Ctrl and Z you can undo some changes, okay? Now you will notice this red and this green flag. If you drag these flags, you will tell Camtasia, hey, I want to do something in this section, and if you press now Ctrl and X, I just cutted the middle part, which I selected, and as I told you, with Ctrl and Z you can undo some changes. This is the most absolute basics in Camtasia Studio. Now that being said, let's get this tutorial started. It will be pretty nice to add some memories text right here, maybe a fade, maybe an animation. I will show you how to do all that and how you can play with the text, and from now on your imagination is the limit. So what basically I want right here at the start, a text to fade right on the sky. So I will just go on add notations, and here I have plenty of text from which I can choose. I will choose the basic one, right click on it and add to timeline. For now let's increase the size to match the length of the video, and let's say I will just double click on the text, and let's say memories. Let's put it right here, but I want it to be bigger. So let's hit the properties, make sure the text is selected on the timeline, and let's play with the size. Maybe something like that. The font, we can choose Roboto. I would like choose which one will fit you the best, but Roboto is one of the most used texts out there, so I think this one will do. Let's increase it a little bit more. I would also like to add the drop shadow right behind it, so the text will be much clearer. Select right here on the video the text once. You can see the text is also selected on the timeline. Right click on it, go to add visual effects, and you can find drop shadow is right here. I will center the drop shadow. Opacity, let's go to 100%, and the blur we can decrease that, maybe I think with 2 or 1. With 1, I will go with 1, okay. But the text it's static, it just appeared there, it's not moving, it's not going out, it continues to be like that the entire video. We can go to transitions and let's search for a basic fade effect. This one, let's drag and drop it right here. Let's make our timeline bigger, and let's have a look. The transition is on default, it's 1 second long. We can decrease that maybe to 30. Now I think 1 second it was okay. Okay, so you can make text to appear with transitions. You can do the same thing with animations, and we can also add a fade right here. Let's do the same. Okay, and now it disappeared. Let's see how can we make this text appear but with an animation. I just copied the entire video and the entire text. I will delete the transitions, and now if I'll go to animations right here, I can go to animations, and I will choose the custom one. You have plenty of animations from which you can choose. All this will work if you drag and drop the animations on the text, okay? And if you see this arrow, this is the animation, this is the length of the animation, and you can increase the length if you want. If you place your timeline after the arrow, this will be the position where the text will be after the animation, and this will be the position before the animation, okay? Let's play, and I think you got how animations works. I want to use a custom one. I will Ctrl and Z until it will be like before we added that, okay? And let's add the custom animation on the photo. And let's go before the animation, before the arrow, and let's put the text on the left. Okay, play. Maybe I will drag it a little bit down. Play. Nice, now it comes perfect. I would like also to increase the speed of this animation. The length, it's 1 second. Let's go to maybe 40. Alright, and now also let's add an animation so the text will go to the right at the end. Again, add the custom animation. After the blue arrow, let's drag and drop the text right here, and let's have a look how linear this text is going. It's perfect, and add animation right at the end. And let's see how everything will move right now. If I hit play, this is how the text will come, and after a while this is how the text will disappear. What else can you do with this text? Again, let's copy all this, and I want to delete the animations. Let's put the text where it belongs. Maybe I will add just a simple fade at the beginning. And also you can play with behaviors with text. I usually like to play with this one a lot when it comes to text. Okay, let's have a look what will happen. Okay, this is how this is the animation of the text, how it will appear on the video, and this will be the animation on of the text after it disappears. How I like to play with this animation? Well, if I go here at during, first make sure the animation is selected. You can find this pointing down arrow, and if you press on it, you can find here the animation. I will just select that, and now on the properties menu, I will go to during. The loop time, I will put 1, and shift is the distance of the text going up and down. Let's go to maybe 2. And let's have a look on how the text now behaves. Let's zoom a little bit so you can see better. And now we just basically gave some life to the text. If you'd like the distance to be much greater, you can increase the shift. And the loop time is basically the time. 21 is too big, so let's put 1 and 1 and have a look now on how the text behaves. Now it's a lot smoother. Alright, and if you want to combine something, you can create an animation, or you can choose which method you'd like using, and let's make the text disappear by animating it going to the right, maybe something like that. Let's have a look. And it's perfect. I will put that at the end, and I will decrease also the length of the animation. Let's put it to 24. Oh, but the shifting effect have a default effect. So at out you can control that. Let's put the speed on maximum, and let's have a look now. Alright, now it's much better. You can also combine some sound effects to this text. As an example, I have this sound effect right here. I will increase also the length. Okay, and let's decrease the volume just a tiny bit and hit play. And now you have an idea how you can play with text in Camtasia Studio. Alright, and what other functions do you have with text in Camtasia? Well, I want with this photo to make this text, the YouTube text and the YouTube logo, to put it on the TV screen and make it like it belongs from there. As you can see, it's also an angle. We have to adjust the angle of the text. And also I have this ceiling text, and I want to make it like it's on the ceiling, like it's painted there. And actually that's easier than you think. So I'll just select the ceiling text, okay, and let's go here. And now at the rotations we have Z, Y and X. With Z you can rotate it on the Z axis, with Y you can control it on the Y axis, and with X you can rotate it something like that. In this case we have to rotate it with X and make it something like that. I think it looks like it belongs to the ceiling. What about 80? It's a little bit better, and we're done with the ceiling text. And let's also put the YouTube text right here, and also the YouTube logo. Let's select it from the timeline and make it, add it right here. Now select the YouTube logo and the YouTube text at the same time. If you hold Ctrl and you click on the timeline, you can tell Camtasia, hey, I want to select these guys, okay? Let's put it in the middle of TV. Now we can create a group with these two if we press Ctrl and G. Okay, and now let's go here and let's see what rotation we have to give it. X, no. Y, yeah, I think Y is so the TV is slightly rotated like that on the Y axis, not too much, something like that. Okay, the Z we don't have to work with it, and also the X we don't have to work with it. Maybe we can use the X just a tiny bit. Something like that, and also let's center it in the middle of the TV. Alright, and it looks like it belongs from there, and also we have the ceiling text, and if you want by any chance to color some text, just select the text either from the video, either from the timeline, and let's use this menu, and you'll find at font is this color, the white is on default. You can select which color you want. We can make it green, yellow, maybe, what about orange? We can make it orange. Yeah, we can make it, but we'll also have to give it a drop shadow because it's kinda hard to read. Right click on it, add visual effects and drop shadow. Now center the drop shadow, opacity all the way to the maximum, and the blur maybe to 1. Okay. And it's much better, and I'm pretty proud of what we've done so far. If you made it to the end, it means that you're really willing learning Camtasia Studio. This video editing software, in my opinion, it's one of the easiest, which you can learn very quick and fast. Thank you so much for watching my text tutorial. I hope it helped you. I wish you luck in your future projects, and feel free to leave any feedback on this video. Bye bye.